Hey guys, before we get started, I want to tell you about our champion partners, including our Hall of Fame partners, Greg Vet Hospital, Hicks Chicks, J&J Flooring and Natural Stone, Kenny Chesney's Blue Chair Bay Rum, Concordia Bank and Trust, and GoMart. Go visit these partners and all the champion partners you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them and tell them Miss Lou Champion sent you.
It's time!
Oh yeah, it's time for Miss Lou Champion Sports Talk.
I knew these two guys when I had hair.
For me, it was just all about being approachable, being a good team guy, and being what I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be.
Where were they getting the hair from?
I think they took it from his lower back.
Okay.
And they moved it to the top.
With me, Ronnie Calhoun, and the legend, Joey Martin. It's entertaining, informative, and sometimes a little crazy. So sit back and enjoy the show. What's up, guys? Ronnie Calhoun here. Welcome to another season of Miss Lou Sports, Miss Lou Champion Sports Talk with me and my man, Joey Martin. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we are driven by Sango GMC. Go visit our buddy Mark Sanguinetti and his champion team in Winsboro for all of your new and used car needs. We're also brought to you by Greg Veterinary Hospital, Hicks Chicks, J&J Flooring, Natural Stone, J&J Flooring and Natural Stone, Concordia Bank, GoMart, Sabrina Dory Agency, Miss Lou Family Dentistry, and all of the awesome partners that you will see scrolling on the screen throughout the show. We've got an awesome show lined up for you today. Today we're going to dive straight into our guest, and we've got a couple of great guests for you. Garry Lewis, a New Orleans native, became a preseason All-American cornerback at Alcorn State, anchoring the Braves' famed defensive back university secondary in the late 1980s. The Los Angeles Raiders drafted him in the 7th round in 1990, and he went on to play for the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Buccaneers, and the Chiefs before finishing his career in the CFL. Since hanging up his cleats, Lewis has earned a doctorate and now leads Alcorn Southwest Mississippi Center for Culture and Learning, preserving regional history across the Natchez area. He was inducted into the Alcorn Sports Hall of Fame in 2003. Our other guest this morning is Torrance Small at Alcorn State. Torrance TD Small was one half of the double A's All-Americans, teaming with Cedric Tillman to form one of the most feared wide receiver duos in Division I AA, leading the SWAC in touchdowns in 1989. Small was drafted by the New Orleans Saints in the 5th round in 1992 and carved out a 10-year NFL career with the Saints, Rams, Colts, Eagles, and Patriots, hauling in 346 catches for 4,602 yards and 31 touchdowns. And he capped it all off with a Super Bowl ring as a member of the 2001 New England Patriots. Let's go ahead and bring our man Torrance on. We'll wait on Garry. Torrance, can you hear us?
Yes, I got you guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, man. The good thing and the bad thing about all this technology is we can do this, but it's not always perfect.
Well, I thought for a minute y'all was saying something bad about me and didn't want me to hear about it and then bring me on later. I saw you. I saw the lip read and you said Torrance Small, and I don't know what happened after that.
It was mostly good. It was mostly good.
We'll take it.
I think Garry's still trying to get on, Ronnie. He was having trouble. He was hitting the mic and wasn't able to get through.
Okay, we'll go ahead and kind of dive in, and then we'll bring him on whenever he jumps on. And if he can't get on, Torrance, we'll talk bad about Garry, I guess.
Hey, that's the best time to do it when they're not there.
That's right. Well, man, we appreciate you joining us. We chatted a little bit last night, and I was telling you, I remember watching you in the NFL and reading what I was doing. I was giving you guys a little intro a while ago, and I was looking at I was reading a little bios, man. I was looking at the numbers, and Played for the Saints, Rams, Colts, Eagles, and Patriots. 346 catches, 4,600 yards, and I don't want to cheat you, 4,602 yards, and 31 touchdowns. Man, that's a heck of an NFL career.
Oh man, it's a blessing. Sometimes I still look back, man, and how did I get here? You know, good Lord, sure enough looked over me because I couldn't even mess it up. You know, I tell some people when you got favor, you know you can't mess it up. You know, and I couldn't even mess it up, man. So it's been a great journey, and I'm still living the journey.
Well,
Now,
go
Torrance,
ahead.
what I remember the back in the 80s, a little while ago, they had the Peace Pipe preview in Natchez at the old Holiday Inn over there
Hmm.
by Cash Saver now.
Uh-huh.
And seemed like every week Theo Danzy would bring you and Cedric Tillman. And man, do you remember those days?
Yeah, we wouldn't be separated. They used to want to bring an offensive player and a defensive player, right? So that
Yep.
that that was the thing. Even on the swipe tours, you remember the swipe tours they used
Oh,
to have,
absolutely.
Joey? Where you
Yes.
get on the bus and you go to
Right.
each city, you know, and each team would bring an offensive player and a defensive player. Well, we didn't do that. We brought the SEC. And Sandra, we was going to go. If neither one of us, look, we couldn't go together, we weren't going. You know,
That's
no,
it.
pick somebody else. So I was sharing with Ronnie. I guess I think he was on the phone. You know, we just got back from vacation together. We still vacation every year together and all. You know, we're brothers. You know,
Absolutely. Y'all were a
where we
heck of a
see it.
tandem. Boy.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
was
we
the
enjoy it.
was Fred McNair the quarterback then, Torrance?
Yes, Fred was okay. Let me give you a little history on it. Do you remember we had Jerome Veen and Larry
Right.
Brown? You remember they
Right.
were supposed to be the
Lefty and a righty.
starters our
Yeah. One of them
freshman
was
year.
southpaw.
Yes, exactly. Larry Brown. That's
Mm-hmm.
our sophomore year. I mean, our freshman year. That's who was supposed to be the starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Fred was at a receiver at the time. Well, just before we got on the bus, we're getting ready to go play Grambling the first game. We leave the gym. We circle around the gym on the bus. We get back off the bus, go in the meeting room, and found out that we lost both of our starting quarterbacks before the game.
Oh, wow.
You know, they was going to rotate them. And so
Uh-huh.
we lost both of them. And we end up playing who it was, Jared Butler, I think, and
Right.
Tillman. They rotated at quarterback trying to make something out of it. And Fred came in the last game against Jackson State, and he would come in for 2 minutes because they couldn't throw the ball. They were more running
Right.
quarterbacks. And Fred came in, he was throwing the ball against Jackson State. He started. We had a great season. Then the next year, he was the starting quarterback our sophomore year. And that's how he became the quarterback. And so I got to play 2 years with him, 1 year at quarterback.
Okay. And a lot of people may not. That's Steve's older brother. When Fred got there, he was
Correct.
Fred Air McNair. And so
Correct.
when Steve got there, he was Steve Air 2 McNair. Of course,
That,
they
that,
dropped
that
the
that's
Air 2
correct.
when he got to the NFL.
That's correct. You know where the name came from?
Where's
You know
that?
where air came from?
I do not.
Let me give you some more history, man. I got a lot of history for you. Only if I can remember, though. The problem is I have to remember it. It has to come to memory.
I know that
Um,
problem.
the history behind that, as I told you guys earlier, that Fred was at receiver and Jared Butler then was the quarterback. They could not pass. They weren't as great passers. So whenever we had to get in a 2-minute drill, you know, we're dead in water. So they would bring Fred in at practice every now and then. And so when we have our 2-minute practices to be at night, we have our 2-minute practice, and the thing with 2-minute practices, we couldn't get off the field until the offense scored. You know, so we would never score with those other guys. And so we're as receivers, we'd be sitting over there, you know, to the air with McNair. To the air with McNair. Because we wanted him
Oh,
to
wow.
let him start so we can go ahead and score. We'll score on the first drive if he was that quarterback, you know. So we
Oh,
used to
wow.
say, to the air with McNair. That's where the air McNair comes from.
Oh, that's
So don't
awesome.
let nobody else tell you different.
Well, Torrance, you're from Tampa, Florida, right?
Yes, born and
So how
raised.
did you end up at Alcorn?
Man, you know, when I tell you the good Lord been on top of me, I only played 1 year of high school ball, really. I didn't play my 10th grade year. I broke my leg my 10th grade year. My
Mm.
11th grade year, I'm at a new school. The coach doesn't really know me. Didn't play me at all. Sat the bench the whole time.
Huh.
Sat the bench. Didn't play until my senior year. My senior year, they had me a backup quarterback my sophomore year. We had a good quarterback now. We had a great quarterback. Um, but they set me on the bench the whole year. I might have gotten 1 or 2 games, you
Wow.
know. And my senior year, they started me at receiver. Our quarterback was ineligible for a couple of games, and then they end up moving me back to quarterback to play quarterback. I have 2 great games. I think I played the last 2 games. I had 2 great games, and end up had scholarships. Schools wanted me. Coach Danzy came down at the time, and Coach Danzy and Coach Cook came down there and offered me a scholarship, and that's how I got
Hmm.
there, man, and and
Wow.
and, and went up for the visit. Tell you this story. We went up for the visit and all, and had a great time. And I told Coach Danzy, you send a scholarship, I sign it. I had a great time. I had a great time for the visit. Um, didn't see the school. I don't know nothing about the school. I just I just met the people, man. I love the people.
Yeah.
It's the people that I met that I ran into that attract me to the school. And remember going back home and I told my mom, I said, they're going to give me a scholarship. I said, I'm going to go to Alcorn. She said, I don't know. That's a long ways. I can't get up there to see you. I said, I understand, Mom. I said, but I think that's where I want to go at, you know? And back then, they FedEx you or UPS you the scholarship back then. I was 17 years old, and so I couldn't sign without my mom. My mom had to be there, and you see all these parties that guys have for what team they're going to select and all this stuff
Hats.
here. Yeah, the hats and all that. I ain't tell nobody anything. I didn't say anything, man. I came back home. They emailed me the scholarship. I said at the house. I remember it coming in. I set it on the kitchen table, and I'm sitting there pasting, waiting for my mom to get off work so she could sign it. I had already signed it. I said, "Come on, Mom, I said, it's here. Come on, sign it. Sign the paper. Sign it. You know." He signed it. You sure? I said, yeah. They said they're gonna take care of me. You don't have to worry about anything. I said, let's call the coach. We call the coach and everything. No, we're gonna take care of everything. You don't have to worry about anything. And I signed and sent it back. I didn't have no going away party. I didn't have the only person I caught the Greyhound bus up to school.
Wow.
Wow.
I caught the Greyhound bus, man. And it wasn't nobody there but my mother and my grandmother and my younger brother.
T-
Wasn't
Wow.
no big flash.
Today,
No,
these kids are buying a Greyhound bus.
listen to me. Listen to me. Yes, exactly. I went up there on a Greyhound bus, 24 hours to get there.
Wow.
And I had $200 in my pocket, a bag of sandwiches, and a couple canned sodas wrapped up in aluminum foil.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
Well, you,
And
you
guess
talk about Theo Danzy, Torrance. Man,
yes.
he looked more like a college professor than a football coach, but he was under Marino Cassim as one of his assistants. What do you remember about Coach Danzy?
You pictured him perfect. Uh, some type of philosopher or something.
Yeah.
That was him. He was always dropping knowledge nuggets to you and stuff. You see that over there? See that tree there? That's a oak pine from such and such. It comes in and it'll give you all philosophy. How about running over there, touching in the rim back real quick? just just stuff like that,
Right.
just had a lot of knowledge about a lot of stuff. And a funny guy, we bumped heads a lot, but at the end, when it was all said and done, it came up. I remember my rookie year came to one of my games, and I went to visit him. It wasn't my rookie year. It was probably my second, third year. Uh, it was a guy because he had went over to Alabama State, I think, or Alabama. He was coaching golf over at Alabama, and one of the guys played tight end for us, was on the team. He came to see him, and he inquired would I come visit. I went over there to visit him, man. We had a great conversation, and he looked at me kind of crazy. He just kept staring at him. I said, what's wrong, coach? He said, I'm just amazed of your growth and change. So I'm crazy back then, coach. You know, so I'm a different person now. I've matured a lot, but he was amazed because he always, son, you're not gonna make it with that attitude, you know. But we bumped heads, but it all turned out great for us.
That's awesome.
We chatted last night a little bit, and we were talking about the. Let's see Gary there. Let's see if Gary can get in. It says the devices are not connected still. I don't know what's going on with Gary's.
What type of phone does he have?
I don't know that. I see him trying to get in, but we were talking about coaching last night, and you know, you played for. We talked about some of the quarterbacks that you play with, some of the coaches, and we can get into that a little bit later. But we'll move to the NFL stuff. But one of the things that you mentioned was the best coach that you felt like you ever had was your coach at Alcorn.
Yeah.
So you know, you were under Belichick and all that, but you said that you thought that was the best coaching experience that you had ever had. So I wanted to give you a minute to kind of talk about that and what does that mean to you?
Coach Brown. Coach Brown was the offensive coordinator.
O.C. Brown. Yeah.
O.C. Brown. You remember O.C. Brown?
Oh,
O.C. Brown
absolutely.
was a hard guy, man.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about developing players, I never met a guy that developed players the way he did. Like I said, when I got into the NFL, I was ready. You know, you could drop me on the field, I was ready, physically and mentally, because he developed us like that. And you might have a lot of guys that are I could say that are good with X's and O's and all. They don't develop you in the NFL. You come ready, or you develop into that player as you go on. And NFL, it's about plays. It's about strategy. It's about strategic and all. Unless you have a mentor, somebody there's going to help guide you a little bit, you best come ready. And that's what O.C. Brown did for me. Man, you cannot run a short route, man. You ran a short route, you had to run that route again. And we used to go live at practice. So we go live at practice. Now, I know you know Benny Good. You remember Benny Good?
Right.
Big linebacker. And I remember running a route, and I come across the middle, make a nice catch and everything. And you know, Coach O.C. Brown, he'll laugh at you. That's a good catch, son. But you're too short on your routes. He didn't say it in those words. It's a little bit more explicit. But you can't be short on your work. You have to get your depth, son. Hey, run the same play. Benny Good, we're running the same play. It's live. So now I have to run that route and I have to make that catch and take that lick.
And he knows where you're going.
He knows exactly where you're going. And he used to tell the defense, we're running the same play. And so you have to go back and do it again, man. And that was him, man. And if you didn't know the defenses in the classroom, not just know the defense, know each individual on that defense and what they're supposed to do on that defensive call. You had to know all of that. And he made you get up and go to the board on that. If you didn't know that, you didn't play. And when I tell you, when I got to the league, I was the guy in the room that they told me to stop answering all the questions. And when somebody couldn't get the answer, then they say, T-Bone, what's the answer? And then I say it.
Well, let's go to draft day. Of course, it's nothing like it is now. Back in the early 90s, you went to the fifth round of the Saints. What was that day like for you, Torrance?
Oh man, that was I didn't realize it was that big. You know, when I went to college, I told you when I left for school, I didn't have anybody around. There was no fanfare, no family, no, just my grandmother and my mother. I'm a younger brother. That's it. Well, it was in the projects at my grandmother's house, and you could not get into the projects and find a parking space. You could not. It was so many people. This is in Tampa, Florida. Central Park. They done tore Central Park projects down now, but it was so many people. They had so many grills and stuff cooking. It was just cookout, and it was just ton of people. It was just waves of people, and a lot of excitement and a lot of love. And and when the call came through, it was late that evening. We see everybody sitting around waiting. Nobody left. It was packed the whole all day. And then that night, once came out and said, we'll be going to New Orleans, and it just erupted. I mean, everything just erupted. The whole city. It was a surreal moment for me to see the support and the love. Um, it was moving. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was moving.
One thing that's curious to me is, today everything, even the NFL is so popular now. They will air offensive linemen running 40s, and people will tune in to watch it. That's how far the
Yes.
game has grown. What was the draft process like leading up back then? Was it as in detail as detailed as it is today, or was it a little different?
You do the same drills. They did the same drills and all, but guys have opportunity to train and prep and prepare for those things. We're Cece and I from Alcorn State. We didn't have that. You know, we didn't know how to run no 40. We never ran no 40. We didn't know anything about a 3-cone drill. We didn't know any of that stuff, man. When the teams came down, they had to show us how to do the drills. There was nobody there to show us, so the times and all they got them, but it wasn't no preparation for it. It wasn't no practice or anything. We just did. Half the time, teams would show up. We didn't even know they were coming.
Wow.
They're down there. Hey, Minnesota Vikings down here want to work you guys out. Tell them we're working out today, man. We just worked out 3 times this week.
We're tired.
Yeah. They just show up, man. They were just showing up. So it wasn't nothing like that for us. We didn't get that. We didn't get that fanfare. We just showed up. Went to the combine, just showed up. It wasn't no practice. It wasn't nothing to work on. We didn't even have the proper shoes when we went there for the combine. And my agent had to get some shoes for us. We had the same agent had to get some shoes for us to run and everything. We didn't have the proper shoes and all for it.
Man, that's crazy.
So
Well, I think you were kind of the surprise. 1994, 49 catches, 719 yards, 5 touchdowns, 96, 50 catches, 550.
I see Garry. I see Garry on here. Garry, if you can hear us, if you can turn on your mic and camera, I think you're in. If you just, I don't know what he's on, so it's hard to tell.
I think the mic is on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Garry. Yeah, we can hear you, bro. That's it.
Yeah, I just couldn't get the camera, man. And what I did, I went on and joined, became a member, did that free trial.
Oh man, you should have. It should have just been just a click, man. But hey, we're glad to have you. We've been talking bad about you, man, the whole time. I don't know if you could hear us.
No, I couldn't hear, but I can imagine Torrance still catching passes on me, man. Kid. Look, Torrance and CC used to kill us in practice, man. That's why we made it. That's the reason why we made it in the NFL.
Oh man,
I told them they helped us out. The defensive backs helped us out.
Oh man, we see. Let me add Joe. Yeah, Garry, we've been chatting with Torrance, talking little bit about his upcoming and all of that. And as soon as Joey gets on here, we'll kind of do a little background on you. You're from New Orleans, is that correct?
Yeah, from New Orleans, man, and I grew up all over New Orleans, uptown, downtown, but mainly uptown area.
And how did you end up over at Alcorn?
Well, watching the DBs from Alcorn that were drafted, Leslie Frazier, Ronnie Young, Albert Files, Mark Harper.
Isaac Holt, Milton Mack. There was some good ones.
Yeah, but so that group before Isaac Holt with Leslie Frazier, that whole secondary made it in NFL, either drafted or free agent. And that's unheard of. The entire started secondary in the NFL. So, and I remember watching Leslie Frazier in the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, I did an interview with Leslie last week on this podcast I'm starting. We're not like you guys. We just started out slow. And, man, I was emotional talking to Leslie Frazier, man. I watched this guy. And, Joey, you sent me something in the football program when I was at Alcorn, and Leslie Frazier's name and all those guys I just mentioned, they were my heroes.
Yeah,
I
thought Jack Phillips was one of the best.
Man, look, what was crazy. And Kid can tell you this, Torrance can tell you this. Jack and I came together, man, and for some reason, me and Jack was always in competition our first 2 years. I don't know why, because Jack was a safety, I was a corner. But that's how competitive we were, So, man, that was the reason why, because I knew, DBU, that was my shot making it in the NFL, Ronnie. That's why I went there.
Yeah. And you went to Cohen, and I'm going to ask you the same question. How did you end up at Alcorn and from New Orleans?
That's what I was just asking, Joey.
Yeah. Well, Dennis Thomas recruited me, who became the commissioner of the MEAC. Mm-hmm. And he came and recruited me my junior year, my senior year. And Ronnie Young was there because we went to the same high school, same coach. So I knew my chance of going to NFL was going to Alcorn because of the DBs. But I think Dennis influenced me to come to Alcorn. Okay. And, I admired Dennis a whole lot. A lot of respect for Dennis Thomas.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Torrance was saying right before you came on how he would.
I want to ask you guys, first
practices.
of all, Gary, who was the best receiver you went against?
Man, I can't name. If I got to rate him, I'm going to put him in this category. Torrance was the only, I ain't saying it because he on there. Torrance was the only one, and Slick Barney, Milton Barney. They were the only two. If I went one-on-one with them, let's say 5 times, they're going to give me every 5.
Wow.
I might get lucky to knock one down or the ball is thrown bad or whatever. But Milton had moves, man, that he was gliding because Slick wasn't fast, he was quick, but he had moves because he was so small coming off the ball. You couldn't jam him.
Yeah.
Torrance was shifty and tall and strong when he came off the ball. And he ran NFL routes even on that level at Alcorn. Uh-huh. So they were the only two that, and I try to measure how I was getting better by going against them. So if they kill me early on, let's say 5 times, they got 5 out of 5. But if I'm knocking down 3 out of the 5, but for some reason with those two, no. I couldn't do it, man.
And you go to the Raiders, of course. The Raiders then had that stigma about being so physical and all. I mean, did you feel any pressure going to the Raiders?
No, it was more pressure at Alcorn.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, Alcorn prepared us for the next level.
Okay.
So Joey and
Gary.
Yeah, and Torrance not lying because Joey and Ronnie, when we got there, the first practice after we finished practicing with the Raiders, I was like, "This it? We done?" Alcorn, it was more pressure at Alcorn because of the competition in that secondary.
Wow. Uh-huh.
The coaches didn't play any favorites. Even if they had favorites, they still made sure they didn't get the big head or ego.
Yeah.
So you couldn't relax playing at Alcorn, man. Them coaches didn't play at that time. They didn't care who you were.
Hey, Torrance, who was the best DB you went against?
My man G. G was the one.
Hey, Torrance, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I must
I
have
can hear
muted
you.
out on him.
I'm gonna
Y'all
kick
can't hear
Garry,
me?
what was the experience?
I'm gonna kick Joey out. I think Joey couldn't hear. I think he couldn't hear us.
But you can hear me, right?
I can hear you, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead with the.
But
go ahead.
yeah, man. Our competition. You got to understand when we first came in. The upperclassmen wouldn't go against freshmen. Crabs, they
Mhm.
used to call us. Until you had to prove yourself.
Uh-huh.
In order to get an opportunity to go against an upperclassman, you had to prove yourself. And Serge and I, we were beating up on the ones that they put in front of us, and Garry gave me opportunity. He was one of the first ones to give me opportunity, man. And we will work. It was work. I remember Coach Marshall, back that coach at the time, and he was tough, like you say. We had coaches that developed us, and it was competition. Right, this
Yeah.
was competition. When we got in the game, it was it was a lot easier in the game by us competing with one another each day.
Mhm.
And when you want to talk about work ethic, I didn't know nothing about work ethic until I saw Garry. Garry's always working, always putting in the extra time after practice, before practice. Uh, uh, you see him at night getting ready to go out, and he's doing heels and everything. And I'm looking at, and I remember when he came back out, he got drafted, he came back and he talked to us. And he had a maximum. And a lot of people like to go get Mercedes and all this stuff. And he come back and he's like, hey man, save your money, man. Don't go out and buy the big cars like everybody and all. He said, everybody go and buy the big cars and all. Don't do that, man. And continue to work on your craft and all. And that's where I learned to start. That's what I say, putting in that extra work, having a little more work ethic. Because he showed what it took to get to the pros and to be a pro. And he was the first person I said. Now we, like you said, we sent a lot of guys to the pros that was D-backs back then. I didn't see none of those guys out there putting in extra work. I didn't see any of those guys. Let me tell you. And one thing I'm gonna tell you this about Garry. You see him at practice when he go out to practice, man, he's taped up nice and neat, he got the little sweet towel on and everything, and he got the spat around his ankles and all, the tape and all. You see that at practice, he's like, okay, that's cool. Well, when he got ready to go work out late at night, he out there by himself, it's the same way. the stat. Just like his stage day out there,
He thought some women might be watching or something.
Yeah, look, I'm like, is it a film or something? But yeah, man, he was the ultimate pro, man, back when we was in college and all. And it was great, man. We had Elliott Smith and Michael
Mhm.
Andrews. It was battles every day, and if we beat them, they had to roll it in. I remember Coach Marshall was telling them, roll it in. If you get beat, they had to roll it in. And we used to love to make them roll it in, Coach. Roll it in, Coach. And so it was a lot of like you say, the game was easy. NFL was easy because that was competition every day. We're going against pro guys every day. Physical, speed, mental. The guys had it all. And like I said, when we got to the NFL, I was ready. It wasn't no warm up. Drop me in, I was ready to go right then. Between Coach Brown and working with the guys that we had, with the talent that we had and all, it was second to none.
That's awesome.
Ronnie, Joey, he forgot to tell you this one. So when they would beat us, man, on a pass, 1-on-1, because it would go 1-on-1 in a certain period of practice. So if Kid would catch a pass on us 60 yards, it don't matter how many yards, the DB coach will make us roll all the way back to the line of scrimmage and go again. And you got a fresh receiver waiting on you. Now you actually tumbling back to the line of scrimmage, man, and a fresh wide receiver waiting on you. Can you imagine that, man?
It's like you sure enough wanted to be that next receiver. You wanted to be that next receiver up.
Oh man! If you got beat the first time, you definitely gonna get beat after having to roll back 60 yards.
Oh yeah, man. Look, it was hard, man. You had to do cutaways and bear crawl up the hills and all that stuff. If you didn't do right, it was competition.
Those hills were tough too. They had some hills.
The coaches were hard. They were hard. Your mind never just relaxed at practice. You was always in tune to what was going on and all.
I want to talk to you guys about game day at Alcorn. It was totally different from anything I've seen, and especially homecoming. You'd had Emmanuel Barnes up on the PA every other series, and it's homecoming. I'm just curious, you guys aware of kind of like all the stuff going on around you during a game?
Oh yeah. But we can participate in homecoming or anything. We were in the rooms for the most part. I don't remember any festivities after the game. You have stuff, but it was always exciting because back then we walked right across the street from our dormitory to the field. We used to walk right there, and you have it's packed out there. It's already cars and barbecue grills and everything, and you have to walk through that stuff, man. And so that was always exciting and get you wrapped up and all. So that it was no feel like, and then people around the gate and all, because we didn't have big stands and all, so they'll fill up around the gate and all. All that was exciting and all. So,
that was Henderson. That Henderson Stadium.
Henderson Stadium, correct?
Yeah.
Right where they had the track at. We had our track and all down that way, man. And it was smaller locker room. Wasn't that big?
Yeah.
Smaller locker room, and we come out of there, come down the hill, man, and the band get to playing, and the tomahawks come out, and it was exciting. Yeah, it was exciting. Nothing like it.
I remember what I loved about it, just seeing all that purple and gold.
Yeah.
That it was like, to me, it was exciting, although we didn't get to participate to really see it. But man, when we come out that locker room, and like Kid said, when we walked to the stadium across from our dorm, just seeing all the people, man, in purple and gold. And then coming out, warming up, the start of the game, hearing Emmanuel Barnes, his homecoming and the band playing. Man, that excitement, man, was something else that I'll never forget and always take with me, going to HBCU.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about homecoming.
Do you guys feel like that coming from a smaller school that when you did get drafted and you went to the NFL and all that, do you feel like you had a little bit of a chip on your shoulder and you wanted to show them, kind of what's up that you got, that you're capable of being there and all of that?
I think my thing is, we practice with pro players.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go there with no chip.
Yeah.
I was going for
Yeah, I got you.
Forget a chip. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you was for Alabama State and you was on that team. I'm going to get me a spot. That's what I was going for. I didn't let nobody get in front of me. When we did one-on-ones, I run my route and then I go right back to the quarterback and get another one. I was skipping and everything, and whatever I had to do to get everybody eyes on me, that's what I did. I had players mad at me, and I tell guys now, if you don't have players mad at you, you're in a bad position.
Yeah.
If you're not a starter, let me tell you.
Yeah. What about you, Garry? Did you ever feel that?
Yeah.
Well, my experience, to me, I'm gonna say, yeah, I kind of had, and the reason why I say my rookie year, there was a guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but he went to a big school, and he was drafted higher than I was. So, and he played. I think he played running back or something. So now I see the position. Somebody may look it up, but anyway, he played running back, and he switched to DB, and everybody projected him to be the third corner. And I felt that was disrespectful, man, because I'm representing the DBU. I'm representing the yard. Like, I'm not gonna let a running back outplay me to be the third corner. So there was guys from Ohio State. There was guys from USC. I'm like, man, y'all went to the biggest school, but y'all don't really know about this HBCU DB nation, because you had guys from Southern, you had guys from Grambling, just the whole HBCU nation of DBs and all of that. So, and then I had to prove that point. And then after that rookie year, being on the roster, I closed with this. I was telling Leslie Frazier this last week. I will look at every NFL roster. There was somebody from an HBCU on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
Every NFL team during that time.
I certainly didn't mean like smaller. Yeah, what I meant is exactly like you said. Like, you come from the Ohio States and the USC. And it's almost like they have this built-in advantage because they've got that name.
Yeah.
Whatever
No, they don't have that.
Perceived.
Yes. Now. Don't miss. I have pride for Alcorn. I have pride for the SWAC. In HBCU. The one thing you will see when you did get in the league, if you was from an HBCU school, we blended together as if we knew each other. We could meet somebody from the MEAC, and you'd have thought we went to school together, because that's the tightness of it, and the bond that we have from coming from an HBCU. You wouldn't see that in the SEC. Yeah. You wouldn't see that in the Big Ten. You wouldn't see those guys didn't relate with each other when they found out what school they went to or whatnot. But when we did, we embraced each other like brothers, like we've been like we played together. So we definitely have that pride. But one thing I learned about the NFL, from the first day, they didn't care nothing about what school you went to. I remember Von Dunbar was the first round pick. And I remember one of the guys said, man, I don't care where he come from or what round he went in. If he don't know the players, get his day off the field. They want guys, NFL guys want guys that can play. You know what I'm saying? They can care less where you from. If he can play, put him on the field. We want him. That's who we want. So, but for his pride, no, we have a lot of pride and whatnot, and that pride is shared throughout HBCUs, not just the SWAC, the MEAC. We all blend. We come together when we see each other, and they don't understand that. The big schools, they don't understand why we have that support from one another, because we don't have the fields that they have. We don't have the equipments that they have. We don't get fed the way they get fed. We don't have the trainers or the tools to get back health. Garry and I was just speaking not too long ago, and I said, you know what our training, our rehab was? Ice. That's the only thing they gave you. Other than that, you find a way to get back on your own. They just gonna ice you down. So we didn't have those things to be able to perform at a high level to help us get back and all. But the one thing we did have, we had a lot of heart and a lot of pride.
That's for sure.
And that's what we showed when we went there, is our heart and our pride to compete. But not so, like I said, I wasn't going to prove nothing to them. Like I said, I already knew, but I did have my pride for the SWAC and the HBCU schools.
Yeah. Ronnie, I want to do a couple of shout outs real quick.
Yeah.
First of all, Roscoe Barnes helped set this up, and good friend of ours, and appreciate him helping us get this done. Also, a shout out to you guys. And you talked about being at a small school. Y'all had a guy who was the SID, Sports Information Director, Gus Howard. Man, what a hard worker he was. He had like a closet for his office, but he played a big part, I'm sure, too, in helping y'all develop.
Oh yeah, and Gus was the guy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember the Untouchables
Oh yeah.
picture. You
I
remember
know
that?
what you're going to.
Right. Yeah. That that was Gus. Gus put that together,
All right.
Gus put that together, man. And that was, that was the talk of college.
Uh,
When we presented it out, it didn't just go through the HBCU. It went all over. Everybody was seeing it.
yeah, he
Yeah.
had
A
them
lot of
dressed
people
as the
commented on it.
Untouchables, Ronnie. You
Yeah,
know, it was very clever.
yeah. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
I see.
I remember that.
I
Ronnie,
see.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember that picture. That was a nice photo op, man. Yeah, I remember that.
Uh-huh.
That's it right there.
I
That's
see.
funny.
Wow.
That Gus
That's
came
all.
up with that look, man. And when I tell you, like you say, he was a hard worker. Gus had to take care because I got invited to the Senior Bowl and all. He had to take care, he just took care of everything media wise and all. He was awesome. I can only imagine if he had the stuff, social media and stuff that he have now,
Oh my
what he would have been
goodness.
able to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you guys, I see
Go
where
ahead.
Cedric's son, Cedric Tillman, he's playing with Cleveland Browns. Have you ever chance to see him play any?
Yeah, I watch. That's my godson.
Okay,
And
great.
yes, his kids, like I said, T and I are always together. His kids used to come and stay with me every summer. When they was younger, they come. Our kids about the same age, so they
Hmm.
they will always want to come down and they'll stay with me for about 2-3 weeks every summer. They'll come
Okay.
down and hang out with the kids, and we do little vacation trips and whatnot. But yes, he's doing well. Got some competition. They had some brought in some young guys and all, so he got some competition. His thing is he just been hurt too much. He has to stay on the field. We keep telling him that he has to stay on the field, get out of that injury prone look and play. And he's been plagued with injuries since his senior year and his first 3 years. So this is his fourth year. We're hoping that things turn around and he can play out a complete year without any injuries.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched him when he was at Tennessee, man. Phenomenal athlete, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
For sure.
Yeah, big kid. He's a big kid. Now his older son, not his older son, his second son, which would be Jameer. Jameer went to Navy,
Uh-huh.
and Jameer had an opportunity to go pro, but the Navy wouldn't let him do it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him do it. He's flying airplanes now. He's switching over. He's going to be flying helicopters. Yeah,
Wow.
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 yeah. hmm
Little
stuff.
little longer career in the Navy anyway.
Oh yes, yes.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
guys, I've got something from AinsworthSports.com, and it actually listed the top 100 players ever at Alcorn. Of course, Steve McNair, number 1, but Torrance, he's got you number 6, and Cedric, number 24, and Garry, very low rated, or should have been much higher rated at 44. But man, just to be in the group like that, I know they had the 50
Yeah.
highest rated, and I know
Mhm.
y'all were among the top 50 greatest ever at Alcorn, which is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I take anywhere, man. It's been awesome. Like I say, it's a blessing from my humble beginnings and all, and just to be where I'm at, even to be on this show, man. I'm grateful
Well,
and
that's
thankful
awesome.
for all of that, man. Because uh, the people I've been able to touch and the places I've been able to go, and people I've been able to just encourage and help. It's all through this upbringing and being able to go to the NFL and all. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Like I say, I tried to mess it up a lot, but the good Lord was there to help me.
And to have a former football player as the president at Alcorn, and Dr. Tracy Cook, who is a heck of a tight end, that has to be a good thing for y'all as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we made Tracy. We made
yeah, there
Tracy
you go.
Dr.
There
Cook.
you go. Say it.
Yeah. Now, he probably caught 2 passes the whole time he was at Alcorn. I don't know.
Look, he did much better once Steve got there.
Right,
You
right.
you have to understand, it was our junior year, that was a hurtful year for us. We didn't have a
Yeah,
quarterback at the time.
right.
The guys that we had, they just could not get it done. They could not get it done. And we was very thankful for Steve to select Alcorn because that was a blessing. And you got to understand, we started out just a simple pro set offense, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 tight end. And Chris
Mm-hmm.
Cook was there. He played tight end, and me and CC on the outside, he benefited. And he did very well, Gary. He was able to catch some balls with us. We helped to get some ball with those cricket legs. We used to call them cricket legs. You just throw the little dead leg in it. We're good. And I will always mess with him. But that's my guy, man, my friend. Y'all, we still in contact and all.
That's
But
awesome.
but Steve came through there, man, and he didn't start the first game. They
Right.
put Fat Sam in there. We're like Coach Jones, man. CC went to Coach, you got to let him go, Coach. You got to put
Yeah.
him in and let him go. This is not getting it. We were down, I think we were down 13 points. Second quarter, he brings Steve in. Steve brings Steve in to start.
Hmm.
Steve comes in. 3 drives in a row.
Right.
Touchdown, 21-13 going in at halftime. And when I tell you, after that, that's all he did. And so we stayed with 2 receivers. Then everybody was going. There was rushing 3, 8 back. So we added more receivers. And by the end of the season, we were going 5 receivers.
Hey,
And
got to
that's
mention Marcus Hinton as well.
yeah.
Oh,
He was a
yeah.
freshman. He was a freshman when we came in.
Yeah.
After we left, those guys took over. That's when
Yep.
they was throwing the ball all over the yard then. But at the time when we were there, we were still running the pro set offense. But once we left, like I said, the last game against Jackson State, we went 5 receivers, 4 receivers by that time. But after we left, those guys came and they took over, and Mac took it to a whole nother level
Yeah.
after that. So that was awesome to see them. I tried to get another year. CC and I tried to get another year. They wouldn't give it to us.
Really?
Now you can get 7 or 8 years. You can.
Yeah. We tried to get a red shirt year because I got hurt my junior year,
Uh-huh.
and I think it was after the 3rd game, and they told me they wouldn't let me get a red shirt year. And so
Wow.
I came back and played against Jackson State that last game on a bad ankle, hopping around. But I ended up catching. I got 10 passes out of that because
Wow.
they wouldn't give us and CC had an accident where he couldn't play, I think, sophomore year, and they wouldn't give him a red shirt. They wouldn't give either one of us a red shirt year out of that.
Huh.
And so
Wow.
We
we end up
got a few
leaving.
more minutes, and I know that Joey, both of us are always interested in hearing this from a player perspective. What do you guys? What are your thoughts? And I know it's a broad question, but what are your guys' thoughts on the NIL situation and transfer portal and all of that?
I like it. I just think it need to be regulated better. I think it's something that should happen because there's a lot of funding that's being made out there, on these games and television and advertisement and all that. I think these guys should get compensated for it, but I just don't think it's regulated properly. I think they just need to, add some more rules just to keep some guys put for a little while and I guess cap if you can. Another thing I like because small schools like Alcorn, if you get an all SWAC guy, he's all American whatnot, he won't be back at Alcorn next year. He'll
Yeah.
be gone. That guy be gone. Somebody's going, big school. We can't compete with that.
Hey, Ahmad
Uh,
Hardy at ULM. Now he's the top running back in the SEC at Missouri.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
those type of things. But I think if something like that, I heard somebody say this, and I thought it was a great idea. If you go get a guy from a small school and whatever you pay him, you should pay the school as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I
And
was.
that
I'm sorry, Torrance. Yeah,
Go
I
ahead. No,
worked
that's good.
as athletic director in compliance in 23 when I went back to Alcorn. So that transfer portal, it was a lot to deal with. I want players to be compensated. I think they should be compensated, but I think it needs to be regulated where it doesn't hurt their opportunity to be compensated. Continue to be compensated in the future, like it's going. So it needs some regulations, but I'm for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same way. Yeah. I'm for it. It needs to be regulated, not just for the players, but also for these smaller schools, because that kills us.
Yeah, it's interesting, that exactly what Garry was just saying as far as the AD side of it and the school side of it, like you're mentioning, Torrance, it is difficult because it's how do you build a program? I mean, you're almost punished if you find that hidden gem that nobody else found and you get him on campus. You got him for 1 year and then he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or even if you develop a guy,
or develop. That's right.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
I also too want to put pressure on us where Torrance and I we part of the A club and we do what we can. I think we need to have a serious conversation. And we don't have the resources like the bigger schools, the PWIs, but at the same time, we have to have a reality check on what we should do better to try to help that situation as well on our end. So I think that conversation needs to be had amongst the school as well, because we complain about it. I hear people complain about it, but it's like, okay, what are we going to do about it? How can we come together? So I think that has to be the leadership starting that conversation. I'm not just talking about Alcorn, but I'm just saying as a whole, athletic directors, presidents, alumni. We need to look at that. How can we come together and do something to keep our kids there as well? It may not be as much as the biggest schools, but do something. Yeah.
It's tough. I'm telling you, it's hard on high school guys coming out trying to get in, unless you're a 5-star guy. If you're not a 5-star guy, it's hard to get a scholarship.
I think that's an underestimated part of it. I think that's a very overlooked part of it. Is that it's really hurting the high school seniors.
Yes, it is. Now, they're not taking your credits for not taking your credits, your playing credit years for junior college. And I've been recommending kids. I said, go to junior college for 2 years. I said, develop yourself, get yourself some film. I said, then you go. I said, because they won't develop players. They don't want anybody they have to put together, that they have to develop or anything. They want you ready, put in and play. That's what they want. Put in and play right now. So that's what I recommend to a lot of kids that's in that tweener. They're not quite that 5-star. They're not getting that attraction. Go to a junior college, stay there for 2 years. If you have a big year your first year, hey, let somebody come get you. But stay there until somebody come get you. But you have an opportunity to go develop, I think. That's you have to make adjustments. Or prep school, or go to prep school.
And then I'll let Joey. Joey drop out. Let Joey take the next one. But in saying all that, wrapping up that NIL and transfer conversation is, I really don't think a lot of it's anybody's fault in particular. I think everybody's approaching it. The players, the colleges, everybody's doing what makes sense for them, and we're all trying to figure it out as a situation. But I think, Torrance, what you were saying, it just needs to be wrangled in some, because it's not inherently good or bad. It just is. It just needs to have a little bit more sanction on it. That way, everybody knows the rules.
Because it's wild, wild west right now.
Yeah, I think everybody would be happy. Players, teams, everybody would be happy if they just said, "These are the rules. Let's just go from there." Joey, what you got, brother?
Just want to ask you guys. You mentioned Jackson State, the Soul Bowl. What was that rivalry like playing that game?
Oh man, let me tell you, I didn't know what I was getting into. You know, I didn't understand the hype. You know,
Yeah.
I'm from Florida. You know, I didn't know anything about Alcorn. I didn't know anything about the swag. You know, when I came up, like I said, I came to Alcorn because I love the people. You know, so I didn't know no history or any of that when I got there. But man, that's all you're, boy, Jackson State, not Jackson State, and that's all you hear, Jackson State, Jackson State. Everybody's coming down to Jackson State, Jackson State. And so, you know, we've been playing these games, but they never have a sellout game where it's 60 some thousand people in
Right.
there
Memorial Stadium.
sold
Right.
out, you know, and the hype, you know, we got to get rooms, you got to get your room, you got to, you know, the hotel's gonna sell out, and it was just all this excitement and everything, man. And I didn't know what I was getting into until we got to the game. And I was like, man, this is exciting. And the game, I think we lost 7-6,
Yeah.
or yeah, I think we lost 7-6 my freshman year, man. And the excitement behind it, I didn't have a clue, but after that, I sure did.
Yeah, that's a big game, man. Even now, you know, guys, some of my closest friends are from Jackson State, man, and we just, you know, we talk smack to each other that week, you know, and then they're coming to blows, man. So you talking about, you know, that in-state rivalry, you know, you can go Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Alcorn, Jackson State, man. That's huge, you know, that game, man. And I'm talking about you damn near coming to blows, and then you talk smack the whole year if you win.
Yeah.
So it's something, man. And what I loved about it, you know, when we got Steve, man, you know, Steve he owned them.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
they couldn't stop my man Steve McNair, man. So
Yeah.
it's one of the greatest rivalry you can say in this state. You know,
I
it's
agree.
up there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's second to none.
Yeah.
You know, I know all the years I played, it was packed. You know,
Joey and I are gonna
all
have
the
to
years.
catch up with you guys and come to that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, that was like I say, I didn't know. The closest thing I tried to visualize to it was the Bethune-Cookman FAMU. They used to play the Classic in Tampa.
Mhm.
And that's how that you know. So I was like, okay, I see what this is about now. You know? Yeah.
And the bands would bring out their best as well. That was a
Oh,
huge rivalry right there.
everything was the best. Oh man, you had to bring it all, and I found, I learned to hate them. You know, had to learn. You know, they say hate is taught. I had to learn to hate them.
Man. I think we got time for just a couple more, man. I don't want to keep y'all on all morning. We appreciate your time for joining us for sure. I'll ask this one and then I'll let you wrap up, Joey. I'm just curious. I'm looking at Garry. I think you're with Alcorn now, so I just kind of wanted to give both of y'all an opportunity to kind of talk about what you're doing now and all of that.
Okay.
This question.
Well, I came back in 23. You know, actually, I give you a brief. Went back. I think I came back in 01 and coached defensive backs from 01 to 07. And that was a great experience, man, to really teach those guys the history of Alcorn football, not just from a DBU standpoint, from all the guys I played with who played in the league, guys who played all SWAC, all American. As a whole, you know, the guys who didn't make it but was still good, you know, that tradition. And that was a great experience. And then got out of coaching and went back to school and wanted to become a professor and did that for a while. And now I'm the so I came back in 23 as assistant AD for compliance, did that for about a couple of years. And now I'm the executive director for the Center for Culture and Learning. So I love this job, man, because I get to go and travel, meet people, and try to get our culture, the whole community. So that's from anything dealing with immigrants, African Americans, it's everybody, and trying to, you know, profile our history in the state of Mississippi. So that's what I'm doing now, loving this position, doing some projects. And what's amazing, Joey mentioned Roscoe. When Roscoe found out, I've been knowing Roscoe, Torrance, and Ronnie for about a year and a half almost. He didn't know I played ball, played in the NFL. So when Roscoe found out about it, man, he was excited, man. So, that's what I love, because one thing you if you don't know, former NFL guys, we don't talk about playing in NFL. You hear high school guys talking about that, what they did. We don't talk about that, So it's amazing when I meet people and they find out, oh man, you went to Alcorn and you did this, you did that, and just having that experience and being back in the state, man, I love it. And my wife is from here too, so I got to be here. So I love Mississippi, man. It gave me an opportunity, and I just love this state. I really do.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to catch up with you. It seems like you're over here in Natchez a good bit, from what I'm gathering. So we'll have to catch up with you when you're down this way. You're not.
Yeah, we're gonna have lunch. We're gonna have lunch next week. I'm gonna let you guys know.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. I love it. Torrance, what about you, man? What you got? What's going on in your world these days?
I'm like Garry. I'm still in New Orleans. I got drafted by him because of my wife, and I love it as well. After I finished up, I worked with train guys, prepping them for the NFL. I did that for several years, and then kids started growing up, and I became the Booster Club president over at the park in our neighborhood. I had some development where I developed some hotels and all, and coached kids and all. And then later, I got my construction company, so I still have that today. My son is there running it now. So I still have my construction company. That's what I do. Pretty much throw my time trying to had dealing with I had some panic attacks and all. I've been dealing with that. I'm better with that kind of stuff, and all, watching my health, trying to make sure I stay on top of things. For guys that don't go check their prostate, go get your PSAs. I always got my PSA numbers. I had prostate cancer. I got it. I got my prostate removed and all. I'm good. All that is good behind me. I did that in 2020. So guys, make sure you go get checked. It's important. A lot of people ask, did you feel anything? No, you don't feel anything. If you're feeling something, you waited too late. So go before you have to feel something. That's what I always say. But I just, reach back and try to help. My thing, if I can help some people, I'm doing good. I've been able to help a lot of people, encourage a lot of people, and still, and those things I do, pretty much day to day, and teaching my son the business and helping him and watching him grow as a young man, and also. So that's those things I'm into as of now. Right now, it's called Small Construction Group is our name, and we've been in business for about 14 years now, and still going strong. And I also host a golf tournament for the A club down. It's not my turn. It's the A club tournament. I guess I head it, I lead it, but it's not my tournament. A lot of people say your tournament is not my tournament. It's our tournament, But it's going to be next year, May 1st. We like everybody to put that in your calendar, May 1st, 2027. We'll be at the Sun Kiss again. Come out. We have great food. We have great entertainment. We nothing better than meeting old friends you haven't seen and meeting some new Alcornites that you don't know. So it's a great opportunity to come together as a family. And as Garry say, you're supporting the athletic department as well. So that's another opportunity to come out, support, meet some people you might not know, and share some of the history. I've been having the opportunity to meet some of the younger alumni that went out to the spring game and met and talked to them and all. And I enjoy talking to them. I'm able to tell them some stories and everything about how things were. They don't know. And you're able to give them some history of what's going on, and they're able to give me some history of what's now. So it's great to sit and speak and and talk to them. They enjoy the stories and all that I tell them and all. So they're there. So just come out, enjoy. Even if you don't play golf, I'm not even a golfer. I got a golf tournament and I don't even play golf. I sit out, shake hands, and just mingle and all. But I don't play. I'm not a golfer or anything. But it's a support for the school, and we'll love to have everybody out May 1st, 2027. It'll be at Sun Kiss Golf Club down in Biloxi. We'll definitely be shooting out information. You'll be look it up on the A Club website, and you'll see other websites and all that'll have it, and come out and support us.
That's awesome, man. I love that with the health stuff and all of that too. So yeah, love all of that, man. You guys are doing great things. Joey, you wanna get us out of here, man?
Yeah, I just
let these guys get on with their day.
Yeah, just want to mention, we have so many great athletes in the Miss Lou, and a lot of them get looked over. A lot of kids don't understand what it takes. So what advice would you give to a young athlete wanting to move on to the next level?
By the way, before you answer that, Michael Whitley was on here a while ago. He said, "Great show, legends," and he was a great Miss Lou athlete himself. And
absolutely,
yeah. So throw that on. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Gary. I'm sorry.
Well, I would say, be prepared. That's the biggest thing, man. Not only to get to the league, but just in life, life in general. One thing I wish I had when I was at Alcorn is a mentor. I wish I had a mentor, somebody that can guide me throughout, prepare for difficult things. I want to see more of that from coaches, from leaders in the community. One example I can give you: don't assume that players know how to talk to the press. If you see that there's a weakness, prepare your players for that. How to talk to the media, what to say, what not to say, how to address a question regarding who they're going to face that week, what to say and not to say, how to put these guys in position when football is over, financially they stable, what career guy you can give them, what advice you can give them in life, making good decisions, that kind of thing. So now with this NIL money, how to handle money, make sure you're paying your taxes and all of that, selecting the right agent, the right accountant, all of those things. So that would be my advice. Find a mentor. If you are a coach, high school coach, college coach, yeah, you're going to be hard on the players, but also look at how can I develop this player mentally as I'm, develop him mentally for football and football, but how do you develop him mentally after football and throughout all around, if that makes sense. So that's my advice.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Definitely for today in preparation and all what you're saying. I think Belichick was one of the best I've seen do it, prepare guys, not just for the game and all, but for media and everything, what we're going to say and how we're going to say it. You hear everybody say the same thing and all. I think those are great points. The one thing I would say, the one big thing that worked for me was I wasn't afraid to let go of people. I had to sit and look like what made me different? How did I make it, God? What did I do different, God? What did you install in me that was different? And it's he didn't install anything different. We all have fears.
Yeah.
I just faced it.
Yeah.
You have to leave some friends behind, man. I had a friend of mine that's supposed to sign a scholarship with me to Alcorn, and he came up with the visit with me as well. And they sent the scholarship to me, and he called me. It was some weeks later. I had already sent mine back. He called me, said, "So what you gonna do? You gonna sign with who you gonna sign with?" I said, "Who am I gonna sign with?" I said, "Man, I've been sent my scholarship back 2 weeks ago." I didn't wait on him. I didn't I was afraid to leave my mom, but I had to leave. I was afraid to get on that bus, but I got on that Greyhound bus. Look where it led me. You know, you got it's gonna be some fears, some unknowns out there and all, but some people you're gonna have to leave behind. I left a lot of friends behind. Guess what? When I got to where I wanted to go, I was able to go back. And
Yeah.
now I and not that I went back better and more prepared where I can help them and help them be more better prepared as well. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to let people go. Don't be afraid to let things go and face your fears. They're out there. One way, the best way to face your fears, this is what I say. I'll say this and I share this with my kid. The best way to face your fears is get information. The
Yeah.
more information you have, you make decisions off information, not your feelings and emotions, because your fears will keep you away from things. But if you have enough information, you can face that fear because you done did enough homework and you're prepared, as Garry say, to move forward with your dream or wherever you want to be or wherever you want to go in life. So get information. Don't make moves off feelings and emotions because those things go up and down. That information is true and it'll help you face those fears that may be in front of you.
That's good stuff, guys. And I just want to share that his freshman year, Steve McNair, he would barely speak, and he was always headed right off the field and didn't want to really
Mhm.
handle the press. But by his senior year, he was a lot more polished. Then again,
Yeah.
his younger brother Tim McNair, he come running to me after games to talk. He was totally different, and he
Yeah,
Yeah.
had great
yeah,
quotes.
yeah, yeah, yes, yeah, yeah. And it takes guys times to develop, but that's something that we need. I was talking to some friends. I said, man, I think in the school system they need to have
Mm.
a social media class. Everybody need to take a social media class. I think.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
and
every, I think I think
and
I
what
think
you
it
were
should be a
hitting on,
requirement.
and what you
Yeah,
were hitting on a while ago, also an emotional intelligence class.
that
Instead,
Yeah.
that too.
so
Yes.
so often in life we're up and down, and we
Mm-hmm.
react based on how we feel,
Feel
not
correct.
how what you said, what is true. And
Exactly.
I love all of those answers, man. We appreciate both of you guys taking some time this morning to spend with us. We'll have to have you back and do it again, and we just
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know the people that'll go back and watch it and all of that. I know they'll appreciate it too, and just thankful for y'all joining us, spending a little time with us this morning.
Oh,
Oh,
anytime, man.
I
Anytime.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Thanks,
Anytime,
guys.
let us know, man. And guys, check your health, man. Stay up on your health and all. That's big. It's been hearing a lot of stuff. We just like to send our prayers out to Arthur Harris, Moo played basketball for Alcorn back when we were there, Garry. He passed away. And
Mm,
Yeah.
he passed from I think it was cancer. But
mm.
I had opportunity to see him and talk to him. We discussed that when we was at the spring game. So guys, make sure you go get yourself checked out, man. And so we can live a good quality life. And also
Yeah.
make sure you get checked.
Amen.
Thank you for sharing that, man. We appreciate it, Garry, Torrance. We appreciate you guys, man, and we will we'll catch up with you soon.
Oh,
Okay.
man. Anytime. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
See you
seeing you.
guys.
Good
Yeah.
seeing you, kid.
Okay, good talking to you, man. All
All
right.
right,
Okay.
fellas. We'll see you soon. We appreciate everybody tuning in and all that good stuff. And it's good to be back. We appreciate those guys. And Joe, I guess unless you got anything else to add, man. You got
That's
anything
it,
else?
brother. It's a great show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Well, we appreciate everybody that watches this, and just glad to be back. And we will, Joe, I'll see you soon, man. I'll see you
Sounds
next.
good.
See everybody next week. Thanks to all of our partners out there that make this possible. God bless everybody out there, and as always, have a champion day.
Day. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. See you soon. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight, and I want to tell you about our awesome partners, Wardo's Po' Boys. Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.